welcome back to Selena's table and our little Aussie homestead. I'm Selena. We're in the kitchen today. We had a massive morning doing lunch prep for the week. So I am back in the kitchen this afternoon. I am going to get dinner done. I also, let me just get this one out of here. This one was yucky. I also need to, sad story, all those onions that we picked, all the onions we've spent all year growing, they've started to go soft. Now I think it's because I have stored them in, it's a little room behind our pantry. It's like a second pantry. It's where our deep freezer sits and some canning equipment, and it's generally a pretty cool room in the house, but it has been one of the hottest Octobers I can remember. So I think it's just been too hot for our onions to cure properly. So I've noticed a lot are starting to go soft. So my hopes and dreams of having all these onions stored whole is shattered. So what I've got to do this afternoon is I've got to peel and dice up all the onions. I'm going to bag them, double bag them, maybe triple bag them, and pop them in the freezer. So they will not go to waste, they'll still be used, and I will be doing prep work essentially for future meals by doing that. It's not what I wanted to do with my onions, but it's what I need to do so that I don't lose them. So in the meantime, that's my afternoon set. I'm going to get dinner ready, and what I felt like was some good old Chinese. I'm gonna make it. So we're going to make what I call cheats fake away lemon chicken, and it is so easy. This is why I'm making it. It's going to be quicker for me to whip it up now, have it in the fridge ready to just be reheated, and it will be the simplest dinner. Tastes just like Chinese takeaway, but with only our ingredients, so not going to cost us any extra money. So in my large bowl I've simply put my 3 eggs. Just going to give them a quick whisk. To this, I'm going to add some cold water and some lemon. This is my lemon peel that I make my lemon pepper seasoning out of. You don't have to add this. It's just because I'm making lemon chicken that I'm adding extra lemon to my batter. So what I'm making right here is my batter. So that's just a couple of cups of cold water. I've got 3 eggs. I'm going to add, not all of this, about half a cup of corn flour, one cup of regular flour. Give that a whisk, and then we'll check if we need to add more flour or not. This is a batter that you use your eyes to decide when it's ready. Now you can use this batter for vegetables as well. You don't have to do just like chicken nuggets with it, which is what we're going to basically be doing with this today. This will make a nice vegetable batter as well for like tempura veggies. I'm going to add another cup of flour. So this is just simply going to be lemon, chicken, so some rice, the chicken nuggets, some lemon sauce, and I'm going to throw some green beans in for a vegetable, and that is going to be dinner done. So that is nice and thick, a thick consistency. So to this I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Teaspoon of sea salt. I'm not going to bother with pepper. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more water. Just Probably another 1/4 cup. And of course you can leave that lemon powder out of it if you don't want to add it, or you don't have it, that's better. It's thin, but it's not too thin. So that's our batter done. I'm going to set that to the side. Now you're about to see why it's called Cheats lemon chicken. In a small saucepan, I have lemon cordial. We are just going to thicken lemon cordial for the sauce. So lemon cordial, this was about $2 for this full bottle. Those little bottles of Chinese lemon sauce for lemon chicken, they're at least $3.50, so this is much cheaper to do it this way. So in the pot, we're going to add as much as you think you're going to need. I feel like half of whatever that was, 1.5 cups. Okay, and then you want to add a couple of spoons of the corn flour. We want this just thickened up. Just going to whisk that in while it's cold. Because lemon cordial is super lemony and sweet at the same time, it should be the perfect consistency of flavors. The flavor should be balanced already. If not, we will taste it at the end. Okay, just like that. That's all we need to do. That can go on the stove. I'm not going to turn it on just yet. I will wait until I'm over here frying my chicken. Okay, now I'm just going to chop some chicken. I've got a couple of breasts here. I'm just going to dice them up into little pieces and put them straight into my batter. So I do have my batter bowl just here, and my chicken that has been sitting in the fridge defrosting for most of the morning. And I'm just going to cut off any bits that I don't like. Okay. Little vein. I don't like the veiny bits in my chicken. And then I'm just going to cut it into pieces. About yay big, and straight into the batter. Now ideally you would do a lot of this chicken at a time, and you can keep it in the freezer once it's cooked in the batter. Not in the sauce, but I'm just using the amount that I actually have left. It is our grocery day and I'm not going to get them done today, so we're just using what we have on hand. Okay, before I chop this last breast, I'm just going to turn my cast iron pan on. So I have coconut oil in that pan. You can use any vegetable oil that you like. I like to use coconut oil. Don't use olive oil though. Olive oil will be, it won't work. Olive oil doesn't cope with getting that hot as we want this. This is going to be fried chicken after all. So vegetable oil, canola oil if you like canola oil. I don't like canola oil, but that's just my preference. There's sunflower, grapeseed, rice bran. Any of those would be fine. Or a vegetable oil blend even would work. So my oil is heating up nicely. I've got all my chicken in here with my batter. That's my lemon sauce there, and I have a pan that I've just put some, or a baking tray I should say, that I've just put some baking paper on. Got some tongs. Spoon out of the way. This is nice and hot. And you just want to do one little piece at a time. Try and drop away from you, like that, not towards you. So you drop it away, like that, and then you won't get burnt. So we're going to finish cooking these off in the oven, but I just want to get them nice and beautiful golden colour now in the oil. And if they're touching, they will stick together, so just know that. Wash my hand. And you can see some of them have started floating. So if I had more coconut oil, they would be floating around in here. Just going to turn them over when they seem to be set on the bottom. These are nice and golden. You can see the light is very bright. So they're not fully cooked, they're not cooked through, but that will get finished off in the oven so that they stay juicy. And then we just repeat the process. The most time consuming part of this whole dish is just the deep frying. But once it's done, it's a very, very quick and easy dinner. It's quicker than me going to the Chinese shop, that's for sure. And there's no MSG in it. There's nothing nasty in it at all. So, and doing it now, it's just after lunch. If I do it now, when I'm not too tired, by dinner time, it is as simple as ordering takeout. And if I make enough of these little nuggets, which is the time consuming part, if you make enough of them, you can freeze them once they're cooked. And then you've got like frozen nuggets, and that makes it even quicker. Turned off the heat. I'm going to pop these two trays in the oven so they can finish cooking. My oven is already on. Turned my oil off. My oil's up. I'm just going to heat my sauce up wanted to wait until I'd finished with this, just so no oil got into the lemon sauce. I'm just going to grab the little whisk I have, give it another stir because that corn flour has sunk to the bottom. And we're just going to heat that until it thickens nicely, and then that is the sauce done. So to serve this, as I said, I'll just cook some rice in the Instant Pot. That takes about 10 minutes. And I'll throw some beans probably in with that rice so that they steam with the rice, and that will be dinner done. I'll show you at the end of the video what it looks like when it's all put together, and when I finish doing this I will get started on dicing my million onions. And yes, I did make a mess, so I'll clean that up once it cools down. I won't try and do that just yet. Just want to keep stirring this so that it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn or get lumpy. It shouldn't take too long. Going to turn the heat off on that and show you. Okay. So you can see it's still runny. It's not like it's a thick glob, but it's got a thickness to it that will make perfect lemon sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let that cool down. Okay, I just checked on the chicken. It's been in there for about 5-7 minutes. Needs a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how big your pieces were and depending on how cooked through they were. I will test one before I pull it out completely. Off to get the onions. Let me show you what I was talking about with my onions. So this is the little room where my onions are on the rack, drying nicely. But some of them, see, that one's good. Some of them are soft. So what I'm going to do, that one's soft. I'm going to put the soft ones in a box, and we're going to process those for the freezer. If they're feeling firm, I'm going to leave them in here to continue drying, but anything that feels soft, there's one that feels soft, I'm going to pop it in that box. I don't know if I've done something wrong with the curing or if it's just that it's hot. It's hard to know. You can't even, oh, there's a soft one. That one is soft. Get my box down here. I'm just going to go through and feel every one. Okay, that seems to be the problems. I'm going to leave those for now, just because I'm tired, really. So, we'll take these. Okay, we have our box. Before I get started on that, I can smell the chicken. It's looking pretty good, nice and golden. When I'm testing, I always look for the biggest and the one that looks the least cooked, because I figure if that one's good, the rest should be good. So I'm going with this one. I'm just going to cut it to look inside, and it's definitely cooked. So I'm happy with that tray. I'll check this one. I'm just going to cut it in half, and it's cooked. So I'm happy that they are done. So I'm going to set them on the stove. Okay, now I don't want all this dirt on my board. I'm just going to chop roots off the tops and put them straight back into my box. Before we start dealing with the onion as such, dicing them up. There wasn't as many as I thought that were bad, or at least that were soft, so that's okay. I will have time to do other things this afternoon. Now, I thought there was a lot more in there that were soft, because it must have been just about everyone that I felt yesterday when I went in there. I was just like, oh no, what has happened? But like I have said, it is our first year growing onions. This is new to us, and we're doing the best that we can. So maybe learn from our mistakes, but we're not going to waste anything. They will still, as much of them that can be used will be used. And what I might do, this isn't going to equal that much onion actually when I look at it. So I'm going to get a smaller freezer bag, and we'll use smaller freezer bags, and then because we want to double bag it, yeah, that's what we'll do. So I'm going to get a smaller one. I've already put a large one on here, but I'm just going to pull that off because I will still use the big one. And put the little one on. It can go down a bit. That. Put it there. I'm just going to peel straight back into my box. But yeah. We will just use what we've got, try to figure out what we've done wrong. And I may just end up chopping all of them. I think what I'll do is this afternoon, and then seeing what my energy level is like tomorrow, I may just get them all done tomorrow. I don't have the energy this afternoon to be processing all of those onions, I don't think. I do need to go out into the garden and do some watering. It is blisteringly hot out there and dry. So yes, my theory of, I think we will maybe give summers a rest in the growing season and grow through the winter is certainly starting to be proven to be true at this point in time. Okay, so yes, I think I will just, that's it, that's all I got. Equivalent to probably 2 onions. So I'm just going to pop it in my little baggie here. Just squeeze out as much air as I can, and I will make sure that's sealed properly. Pop it into a large bag. Onion, especially, and garlic will travel in the freezer, even wrapped in a bag, into other products, especially your dairy products. So double bag at least, so that I'll pop in the freezer. And I'll reevaluate how I'm feeling in the morning to see if I can process all of those or if I need to. I don't know, I don't want to end up losing any more, so I've got all this now to throw away. That's disappointing, but hopefully we've learnt something. I don't know, maybe it's grow sooner, harvest sooner. Dry while it's cool, I don't know, maybe we need more ventilation. Maybe we need to put a fan in that room. I'm not sure. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with me again today. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you spending time with me. And I will pop at the very end of this video a photo of what dinner looks like when it's all come together tonight. Got an afternoon of dishes to do, so I will catch you next time. Oh, have a great week. Bye.